Hey, Fred, thanks for taking the time. Obviously, not the start to the year defensively that you guys would have imagined. What do you think's going on that end that you guys usually hang your hat on?
It's tough. It's tough. I think we gotta guard our guys a little bit better individually. We gotta make multiple efforts, make more slides, and just figure it out. It's not rocket science. I think it's I don't want to say it's an effort thing because I feel like guys are trying out there. I just think we got to make more plays at a higher level. It's easy to say it on offense when you say guys got to make plays, you got to complete the play, but it's the same thing on defense too. You got to make the extra rotation, you got to make the extra closeout, you got to come up with the rebound. So we're trying. It's just I think we have to perform defensively at a higher level each possession, and I just think we're not doing it for the full game. We do it in spurts, but I think teams are just a little too comfortable right now. Well, the last two teams that we played.
When Chris is out there, he obviously gave you a ton tonight. In terms of, he's a shot blocker though, and he was just in here saying that his instinct is sort of to shot blocks, and he has to block shots, and he has to learn when to stay down. Do you have to put in like extra thought in terms of finishing the possession with a defensive rebound when he's out there, or does your mindset change at all?
Absolutely, but I think that's something that we have to do regardless. But I think even more, we know Chris is going. He's going to be aggressive, pursuing the ball, and so there's going to be times when he goes for the block and he doesn't get it, and his man's going to free up. So we got to crack back. I mean, we got the schemes and all the principles and practices and slides to do it. We just got to do it better than we have been doing. So I think we know that. I think none of this stuff is new to us. I think it's just a different look and a different feel right now, and we gotta figure it out.
Appreciate it, Fred. Happy holidays and travel safely.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
What have you seen just in two games now with Chris that he wasn't maybe bringing last year, or is it too early to make a judgment?
No, I think overall, just thing you want to see from guys is just improvement. I think he's just gotten better. He's gotten more comfortable. He's got a better understanding of our offense, our defense, our schemes, our principles, things that we do. And he's doing a better job. And obviously, he's still got a long way to go. But I think, he's shown that he's ready to play this year and he's ready to contribute. And these last two games, he's been playing well. So we knew he's a spark as far as, making a couple threes, blocking some shots and things like that, but just being more consistent, being able to play 28 minutes. I think that's the step. That's the next step for him to be able to do that consistently on a night in, night out basis. And so far through these first two games, he's been great for us, and we're gonna need him to continue to do
that. As a point guard, are you looking to maybe see if you can get OG going a little more involved than he's been the first two games?
Not really. No, we don't really play like that, where it's like you got to find a guy to give him the ball. I think the ball will find you, and you play with good energy and enthusiasm, and things will happen for you. But I think OG's been good. It's just he had 10 points, only 6 field goal attempts. But there's games like that. There's games where the ball doesn't find you, and there's games where it does. So we just need him to stay locked in and continue to contribute on the defensive end, and the offense. That'll come.
Appreciate it, Fred. Good game tonight, man.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Fred. Just want to circle back on the defense quickly. I mean, Mark and Serge last couple of years were regarded as two of your better communicators. Who are some of the more vocal guys defensively, or who have been, I guess, the first couple games? And do you think guys need to be more vocal on that end of the floor?
Yeah, excuse me. Right now, that's a short list. I'm not going to give anybody credit for communicating, myself included. We got to do a much better job of that. So to answer your question, everybody on the team needs to be better on that end of the floor communicating, starting with myself, and I think that'll help our defense a lot. I mean, there's nobody in the building, so there's no excuse to not be talking. It's quiet as hell out there.
Can you take us through the last few possessions as well on both ends of the floor? I know you and Kyle both got good looks. Is it a matter of just knocking those shots down, or is there something you guys could have executed better?
Yeah, I gotta watch it again. I know my two looks were both great looks. I felt good about them. I think Kyle felt good about his. I think I hit a three with like 2 minutes left, and then we didn't score again. So we were in good shape. We were up 4, and then 1, I think, 1 or something like that. So I gotta watch the defensive plays. I know they had a play where they got 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. DeMar hit some big shots. So we just gotta close the games out better. But I feel like that was just a microcosm of the entire game where we would go up, we would play well, and then we'd let them back, and they just had the last run there at the end. So that's all on us.
Thanks, Fred. Have a good night.
All right, going to do 2 more questions for you, Fred. If you guys can keep it to 1 question, though, we do have Kyle coming in shortly. Stephen Lung from Sportsnet, you're up.
Hey, Fred. You mentioned before kind of like a different feel defensively, like with Aaron and Chris. I just wanted to know this, like when you're playing with Aaron as center and then Chris as center, does like the defensive scheme change and what you guys are trying to accomplish are like the goals you're trying to set out different?
No, not really. I mean, since I've been here, our schemes and our principles haven't really changed. I think we got a game plan. We try to go out there and execute it. Obviously, guys have different strengths and weaknesses, but I think for the most part, we just continue to play the way that we play, and we try to plug guys in. So it's just a new team. It's a couple things different here and there, and that's some bumps in the road that we got to figure out. But as far as both of those guys playing differently, I think we just try to do the same things. And obviously, like a guy like Chris is a little thinner, so we might send him more help if he's got a guy on the block, things like that. But nothing too crazy out of our defensive package that we normally do.
Great, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And last one goes to Chris O'Leary from Raptors.com.
Hey, Fred. Just to go back to Boucher quickly, he had spoken, I think, during training camp about not being trigger happy. It's something that he had done in the past and kind of wanted to manage that better this season. How do you think he's done with that?
He's been great. I wouldn't tell him to not be trigger happy. That's what got him here. So you gotta be who you are at some point. I think in regards to being trigger happy, it's just more about time and score or flow of the game. So if we've got a turnover or 2 bad shots, that's not the time to take it a quick one. But you got to be who you are at this point in the NBA. And Chris has been good like that. And the last 2 games, the shots are going in. And when they don't, I'm not going to scream at them that they're bad shots. It's a make or miss league. So sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But I think Chris has been doing good towards them.